Hi and welcome to this post-social podcast. Today I will be talking to Tooting and Mitcham FC's academy coach Daniel Yankah. We discuss his role at the club and how he carries out his job on a daily basis. We will also discuss the club's community work and how they try to encourage their players to do well in their education, as well as their development in football. Before we start, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and check the description for our Twitter, Facebook and LinkedIn pages. Okay, thank you very much, Daniel, for doing this today. How are you?
Yeah, no problem, Oliver. Yeah, all good, mate. Thank you. All good.
That's good. So could you give a brief description about yourself and what you do at Tooting and Mitcham?
Yeah, so my name's Daniel Yankah. I am the under 18s academy manager at Tooting and Mitcham. So I work with the other coach, Tony Hart, and the academy is overseen by the director, Ashley Bosa, who is the joint first team manager with Cornelius Wadiala.
Right, okay. And could you talk about what you do on your day-to-day basis, like how you run your day at the club?
Yeah, no day is the same, to be honest. It's quite varied. Obviously, coaching takes up a massive part of what I do. So the sort of the delivery, the planning and reflection side of that. On a day-to-day basis, we'll be chasing students, so we have 2-year groups. We have a first-year group and a second-year group. So one will come in the morning for education and one will come in the morning and train, and then they swap over after lunch. So chasing up the morning boys, basically, making sure they're here on site. If someone running late, liaising with parents and guardians, dealing with any issues as to why they're not in or they're running late, etc. Could be in the classroom, making sure that that's okay, and the learning environment is good up there. One-to-one sessions as well, working on the physical corner. So, active sessions basically might be in the gym or one-to-one sort of technical practice with an individual player or small group. And then sort of one-to-ones on a sort of personal level, working on social, psychological corner. So goal setting stuff, making sure that they're okay, they're feeling good, making sure that they have an accurate reflection of where they're at as a footballer. Planning for fixtures, making sure that we're, what our schedule is. We're in 3 different leagues at the moment. So just planning around that in terms of squad, minute chart, etc. Making sure that everyone's getting their fair share. Analysis of games. We've got a VO, sort of like a automated recording platform. So going back, looking at the games, previous games, training sessions, looking at where we can improve, things that we do well, things that we need to improve on. Might clip some things from that, send it to individual players. We might do a group analysis session, looking at specific things. And then sort of, liaising with staff on different issues and initiatives that are going on. But then, there's loads of other little bits as well. Washing kit is another one. Just various different things. It can be so varied. Obviously, the coaching element takes up the large majority of that.
Right, yeah, and obviously as a club, player development is very important, especially at academy level. But so is education. So how does the club kind of balance player development and education?
Yes, it's a fine line, to be honest. For us, sort of, education always takes priority over the football, because regardless of whether you have a successful career in football, even in the best case example, it might only last for 10, 15, 20 years, if you're really lucky, but sooner or later that career is going to end and you're going to have to look at other options about what you want to do with your life, what your purpose is going to be. So for us, education is massive. We put a massive emphasis on education. But obviously, ultimately these boys have chosen a football education scholarship. So, they're aspirational footballers. Some of them want to be professional footballers. The large majority do. So it's just about, educating them and making them understand that, their education is the key to being able to progress and move forward. I always use the example that, even, if you were to transport yourself right now into a professional environment, any first year scholar, second year scholar, they have an obligation to fulfill their education. So, regardless of where you are, that education is still going to be there. So yeah, it can be difficult. Some of them haven't had the best sort of experiences at school. Some of them have gone through crews, sort of disengaged with sort of mainstream education, not had the best experience. So, getting that sort of motivation for education and appreciation for it can be difficult. But yeah, it's just making them aware that actually the skills involved in education, the consistency involved in education, and attaining success and gaining qualifications is actually going to help them become better footballers. So yeah, it is a fine line, but education is a big part of what we do
here. Yeah. You've been at the club since 2018. That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a short time up till now, but do you know of any success stories, or if you've had any personally, like players who have gone through?
I think, yeah, for us, success comes in various forms. I think from a footballing perspective, I think Isaiah Jones and Sam Following will probably be most notable in my time. Both Isaiah Jones, Sam Following, both at Middlesbrough. Isaiah Jones is a regular starter now in the Championship for Middlesbrough. And Sam Following is a key player in the under-23s, just gone out on loan to Queen of the South, I believe it is. So from a football perspective, those are two notable ones. There have been others, to be fair, in League One, League Two, National League, at various different clubs. So those are probably the most notable footballing ones. But like I said, in terms of success, a lot of our boys are going on to study at university, apprenticeships, and follow their sort of career path into the world of work. So for us, we view those, just as they're just as valuable, as the ones that progress into the professional game. So yeah, really sort of proud of everyone that comes through here and sort of fulfills their potential in various capacities, really.
So as academy coach of the club, is that always what you wanted to do? Is that your ambition since young to become a coach?
It wasn't, to be honest. It wasn't sort of something that was on my radar. I'd always played football from a young age, from school age. Always played at various different clubs, various different levels, nothing, spectacular. But yeah, I was kind of in a situation where, I wasn't sort of happy with life. I was working in various different industries, and sort of wasn't happy with that. Was running or helping to run a business with my dad. And yeah, just wasn't getting that sort of fulfillment of life, basically. So, football has always been a passion of mine. I just took an opportunity to inquire about volunteering opportunities at Tooting and Mitcham, which is around the corner from where I live, and sort of spiraled from there, to be honest. I didn't think I was aware, of the impact that I could have on the community. I think, when you think of a football coach, you think of all the stuff on the pitch, that there's so much more to it, basically. And I think sort of treading into that world has opened my eyes a lot, and I get to sort of fulfill my passion for football, but also, give back to the community and sort of help our young people off the back of my experiences.
Right. So on that topic, giving back to the community, what kind of work do you do as a club to help the community and boost it in any way?
There's loads of different things. So Warren Andrews, who is one of our football coaches here, and is also the community outreach lead, works on various different initiatives for our young people. For me, for me personally, it's a day-to-day thing. I feel that the demographic of young people that we work with, coming from London, all over London, majority from South London, and the various sort of social economic issues that go on. I feel that, you know, helping the community, assisting the community is something that we do on a daily basis. You know, whether it's sort of developing them as football players and helping them sort of fulfill their potential, or, you know, just giving them sort of some life guidance, some mentorship, basically. So it's a constant thing. Obviously, lots of outreach, football outreach stuff that we do. Some work in primary schools, and lots of stuff that goes on site. Various opportunities to visit different places. So we had a group that visited City Hall recently and was able to sit in on the question of the mayor, which was, you know, enlightening for lots of boys. A trip to Wimbledon, so the tennis club. Lots of different things that have happened recently, and it's an ongoing thing, basically. So we run a four corner session, what we call a four corner session, on a Wednesday, which is highlighting lots of different issues in society and working on different aspects of that. Workshops, so police workshop, we've had stop and search workshop, guest speakers, so professional footballers will come in, stuff on gambling and addiction. So yeah, it's an ongoing sort of daily thing, basically.
Right. So as a club, you're very keen to inspire a lot of the players, whether that be in the game or outside of it. Could you talk about your values as a club and how you imply them onto the players that you have?
Yeah, values. I think consistency is massive. Trust and honesty, professionalism as well. You know, we're a semi-professional football club, but we try to sort of replicate the professional environment as much as we can. I think with values, you know, the only way that you can, or a big part of the way that you can sort of instill that within the younger generation is to model that behavior. So, you know, those phrases that I just used, you know, it's important for us as coaches, as adults, as sort of leaders of the young people to model that behavior. You know, that is critical. Like I said, the four corner sessions is a massive part of that as well, in terms of, you know, the values of, you know, what it means to be a human being and be a positive contributing member of society. But yeah, I think modeling behavior is the most critical factor in that.
Thank you very much. That's all the questions I have for you today.
No problem, Oliver. Thanks very much.